Welcome back to the Morning Blend. Jacob Lawson was born 4 weeks early. When he was discharged just a few weeks later, he was labeled normal. Then around 6 months, he was diagnosed with a rare disorder that can be very serious. At one point, doctors said he would never walk or talk. His parents, though, never gave up, and today Jacob is happy, healthy, and thriving. He can walk independently and talk using short words and sign language. His parents are part of a movement to raise awareness about Cri du Chat. It's a very rare syndrome, but something that affects every country, race, and gender.
Please welcome Jacob's parents. We've got Hillary, his mom, who's a nurse and volunteer ambassador, his dad, Jason, and Jacob, who is now 10 years old. Thanks for being here, everyone.
Thank you. Great to see you all.
Yeah, so Cri du Chat, something I think a lot of people have not heard of before. It was new to us when we had first heard of you and your family. So tell us a little bit about what it is and maybe some common characteristics.
Sure. Cri du Chat, or 5p- syndrome, is basically a rare genetic syndrome in which a person is missing portion of their 5th chromosome.
Okay.
With that, it occurs maybe in 1 in every 35,000 births, so it is very rare. And characteristics could include a small head, small, low birth weight, heart defects, GI concerns. Individuals with Cri du Chat often have a high-pitched kitten-like cry at birth as a newborn, and that's one of the red flags doctors will, they hear at first and will recommend testing. These kids and adults, they have a normal life expectancy. Unfortunately, it's not curable, so they will need lifelong care from parents and caregivers and teachers and therapists.
Okay. So is it a spectrum disorder? Is it classified that way? So some cases are more mild and then some cases are more serious?
Correct. It can be mild to very severe. Jacob here is probably in the middle of the road as far as the Cri du Chat syndrome spectrum. But yes.
So tell us a little bit about his story. So he was born early. Is that part of, as well, something that could be indicative of Cri du Chat?
Yes, basically, as you said, Jacob was born 4 weeks early. We were sent home normal. He had some issues with feeding and wasn't eating very well, wasn't gaining weight. They also heard a heart murmur on his first pediatrician appointment. And so we went for evaluation and they said that there were 3 small holes in his heart. So these heart defects, the poor feeding, the poor weight gain and growth, doctors thought we should seek genetic testing. So we went through that, came back positive for Cri du Chat, and unfortunately the geneticist we saw said Jacob will never walk, never talk, and won't function much in society, which was devastating as a new parent to hear that with your first child.
Well, I was going to say, I'm glad you brought that up because I was going to ask you, he's your oldest, and you have 2 other children, 2 daughters?
2 typical, neurotypical daughters.
Yeah, and that's the thing I think, especially with that first child, there are all these hopes and these dreams, and you expect everything to sort of go normal. It must be hard to hear that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And we made it through. I mean, and it's through the 5p- Society that we're able to actually do that because it's a national support group for those that are impacted by it. And so they provide education, information, and help people get together with educators, with medical professionals to provide that information, to spread the awareness, and then to provide that support group to help them live the most successful lives that they can live.
Yeah.
And so it helped us connect with 4 other families locally in the Milwaukee area, 29 families across the state of Wisconsin, and many more nationally and internationally, and it's been phenomenal for them bringing us in contact with those and learning their stories so that we can improve our own story as well.
And supporting each other.
Well, I love it. You said improving your own story. You didn't listen to those doctors, and now Jacob is walking independently.
Yeah,
he's able to use sign language.
Yep, he's doing great.
If you had listened, you may not have pushed to try and do those things.
Right. It's very important to start early. We started speech therapy, physical therapy, occupational therapy, ever since he was 6 months old until today. He's 10. And with that, he started walking at age 7.
Look at him go!
Yeah, that's awesome. Dancing. Well, and there's this awareness week, the 2018 awareness week, and there are a bunch of different activities planned. So the goal is to let people know that this disorder exists, to research, right? Because the genetic testing component part of it, I think, is probably very important. What else is planned as part of the awareness week?
Well, we wrote to the governor, and we were able to get May 5th as proclaimed as Cri du Chat Awareness Day in the state of Wisconsin, as well as Cri du Chat Awareness Week, which is May 5th through May 12th next week. So we did that, and then we also go to his elementary school, Jacob's elementary school. We talk to classes about Cri-du-Chat syndrome. We talk to him about Jacob. Jacob comes along. We go through his assistive devices, speech things, G-tube bear over there, because a lot of
What does he
kids
do?
have G-tube. He's got a G-tube in him. You can pick him up and feel it and open it up. The
That's
kids love
cute.
to play with it.
Okay, that's
So
sweet.
it's kind of showing, well, this is what this guy lives with every day. And
Yeah, and there's a virtual 5K for 5P. There are the Random Acts of Kindness for 5 People campaign. People can find out more. Thank you both, or all of you. Thank you so much for being here. We want to make sure we share information about this Awareness Week. As you said, Tuesday, May 5th is the day that's been designated for 5P- Society. It's a stripy sock campaign. I know that's why you brought the socks that we see over there. If people go to #stripy socks, they can find out more. But this is wonderful. And to learn more about Cri-du-Chat, you can go to 5p-org or call the toll-free number that is there on your screen. Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Jacob.
Thank you
guys
so
for
much.
joining us today.
It was nice to meet you.
Yes, we appreciate it. Thanks, guys. He's ready to go. He's like, I'm
That
out.
was it. I'm done with this TV thing.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Great job. We'll be right back.